Hello and welcome back to another video. In this problem, we're asked to use the given graph of f to sketch the graph of y is equal to 1 over f of x. In doing this, we're asked which features of f are the most important in sketching y equals 1 over f of x and explain how they're used. So we have two features of this function which are going to be helpful. We'll call it 3. So the first is what is the sign of the value of the function? Is it positive or negative? Because 1 over a positive number is positive, 1 over a negative number is negative, so you have to stay on the side of the x-axis that you were originally in. Next, where are the zeros? As we approach this point right here, the value of f of x is going to 0. So this function, y equals 1 over f of x, is going to, let's say, 1 over 0.0000001, which is like 10 billion. As we approach 0, that's going to go to infinity. Whereas, where does it go to infinity? That's going to become 1 over infinity, or 1 over a very, very large number, which goes to 0. So the zeros and the going off to infinity are swapped. So if we're going off to infinity at the zeros, then those zeros, the x-intercepts, become asymptotes for this new function. And we have 3 of them here. And as we approach them, we're going to go off to infinity or negative infinity. And remember what I said, what is the sign? So here we're positive. So we're going off to positive infinity. And then as we approach 1, the value goes down, and then it goes back up again. And this is the only important one where the highest value we get to on f is 1. So the lowest value we get to is 1 over 1. So it's actually important that these two meet. Here, it's a little less important since we don't know what value it goes to. But it's going to negative infinity at these points. And we can say it does something similar right there. And then here, we're coming from 0 in the positive direction. So we're starting from infinity, and then it's going off to nothing, going off to infinity, so it approaches 0. Similar thing here, coming from negative infinity and going to 0. So in blue, we have the graph of y equals f of x, and in black, in pen, is y equals 1 over f of x, which we used the x-intercepts and the end behavior, or where it goes off to infinity, of this function, along with the sign, to graph.